The word knight feels larger than life. It conjures images of polished armor, galloping horses, and banners flying over stone castles. Stories have painted knights as noble protectors, fearless warriors, and guardians of honor. Yet, behind that shining image lies a surprisingly humble beginning. The word itself once described something far simpler, far less glamorous, and far more ordinary. Understanding why they are called knights means tracing the path of a word that traveled from servant to symbol, shaped by centuries of war, loyalty, and imagination. The story of the knight is not just about battles, it is about language evolving alongside society. It is about how a simple term for a young attendant grew into one of the most powerful titles in medieval Europe. The word knight carries weight. It suggests honor and a code of conduct shaped by courage. Yet it did not begin with shining armor. In Old English, the word was seanet, pronounced roughly like conyert. It referred to a boy, a youth, or a household servant. There was no inherent glory in the term. A seanet could have been a farmhand or a messenger of low rank. The transformation of this humble word reveals how social hierarchies were strict and service defined one's place. To be a seanet meant to serve. That idea of service would remain at the heart of the word, even as its meaning rose in status. Over time, the nature of that service changed, and with it, the destiny of the word. During the early Middle Ages, Europe was unstable and violence was common. Protection became a ruler's greatest asset, and landowners relied on trained fighters to defend territories. Young men entered noble households as attendants, learning discipline in combat. Some rose to become mounted warriors. Since horses and armor were expensive, these fighters stood apart from ordinary soldiers. The word gradually became associated with this new class of warriors. Though the role had changed, service remained central. A knight was still one who served, now in battle, pledging loyalty in return for protection and status. As feudal systems solidified, the role became more defined. Feudalism rested on mutual obligation. A king granted land to nobles, and nobles relied on knights to protect it. In exchange for military service, knights received their own plots of land. The title began to carry prestige. Becoming a knight required training and recognition. A boy might begin as a page, then a squire, and only after proving himself would he be formally dubbed a knight. By this time, the word no longer meant servant in a common sense. It referred to a specific social rank, yet its original meaning still lingered. A knight was defined by whom he served and how faithfully he fulfilled that duty. Over time, warfare alone was not enough. The concept of chivalry emerged, blending skill with religious devotion and courtly behavior. Knights were expected to protect the weak and defend the church. The word knight absorbed these expectations. Literature played a powerful role in shaping this image. Tales of King Arthur elevated knights into symbols of virtue. The name became intertwined with honor. The evolution of the word mirrored society's desire to believe that strength and morality could coexist. The spelling of knight preserves its ancient roots. The silent K and GH are echoes of Old English. In earlier centuries, the word was spoken with harsher sounds closer to its Germanic origins. Similar words exist in other Germanic languages, like the German word Knecht, which once meant servant. Even as the armor and castles faded, the word endured. Its structure carries a reminder of the era that shaped it. As warfare changed, heavily armored knights became less practical, but the title transformed again. In England, knighthood became an honor bestowed by the monarch for service to the nation. The thread of service remained unbroken. Behind the armor lies a simple truth. The word knight endures because it reflects the belief that strength matters most when it serves something greater.